This video is all about how to handle failure in the right way. Hey, my name is Emily Joan Smith and I'm a Limitless life coach. I help go-getters to unlock their full potential by letting go of their limitations through self-creation and self-discovery. This series is all about success mindsets, the mindsets that successful people have. Today's mindset we are talking about is a topic or a mindset I like to call progressive failure mindset. Progressive failure mindset is all about looking at failure in the right way. From a young age, we are brought up fearing failure, failing because if we fail, that means we're a failure. We attach the outcome to our identity, making us a failure. When actually, you will come to realize through this video, and hopefully you may have an inkling and already know, that failure is so integral to success. Any kind of any kind of success, failure is great for it. Failure is integral. The first quote I would like to remind you of or tell you about is the quote that says, "Failure is the stepping stone to success." I just want you to have that imprinted, tattooed into your brain, because failure is the stepping stone to success. Without failure, we cannot have success or great amounts of success. So, firstly, failure isn't a dead end. Failure isn't be all end all. Failure is the next step. Failure is the stepping stone to where you want to get to. There's a great quote by J.K. Rowling that says, "It is impossible to live without failing at something, unless you live so cautiously that you might as well not live at all, in which case you fail by default." Great quote. I really hope that by the end of this video, you have a completely different mindset towards failing. Because here's the thing, the best way to learn is to fail. When we fail, we can look at that thing and think, well, what went wrong? Where could I have gone better? With success, it's actually harder to look at it and think, dissect it apart and really analyze it. But with failure, it's often quite obvious where things went wrong. Failure is such a great teacher. I invite you to look at failure with an excitement, because when you're failing, it means you're learning. When you're failing, it means you're progressing. I'm reading a book at the moment called Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. And one of his main messages in there is that life is like traffic lights. Sometimes we have green lights, go ahead, do this. Sometimes we have red lights, stop doing that. Sometimes we have amber lights, this is difficult, what am I doing? And a message that I read in there, or something that I've picked up from it, is how failure can seem like a red light. When I didn't get into all the acting schools that I wanted to go to, it was a red light. It felt horrible. I felt like a failure because I didn't get into the universities I wanted to go to. Looking back on that now with perspective, looking back at that, I can see that if I got into those schools, I would be on a totally different path. I would not be doing what I absolutely love right now, which is talking to you through a camera, being a bit weird. I would not be doing that. So in hindsight, that light, which looked like a red light, is a massive green light. That failure is not a red light, it's a green light, and it's one of my happiest green lights, even though it seems so tough when it happened. Sometimes failure is a blessing. Sometimes when we don't get what we want, it's a complete and utter blessing, because if we got that thing, we wouldn't be who we are right now today. Failure may seem bad at first, but actually it's not so bad in hindsight. You just have to live a couple more years and realize, you know, it wasn't that bad. Another way to look at failure is that it's a numbers game. There's only so many times you can fail before you succeed. For example, if you're in sales and you make sales calls, there's only so many people that can say no before saying yes. There's only so many times you can fail before you get a success. Put yourself out there enough and you will succeed. That's what I'm doing with these videos. Put enough of them out there, one of them will hopefully succeed. I've told you my secret. If you are getting value from this video so far, let me know by hitting that like button and putting a comment in the comments. I would love to know what you are going to fail at next. What are you going to allow yourself to fail at? Because that's what it is. We're allowing ourselves to fail. We're allowing ourselves to fail to get better. So let me know in the comments, what are you allowing to let yourself fail at? Change your language around failure. The language we use is the experience we have. If I was to say failure is scary, failure is horrible, I'm more likely to have a much more scarier and horrible experience when it comes to failure. For now, what I use at the moment is that it's exciting, that it's rewarding, that, you know, the more I fail, the better I get. And this language pumps me up to actually fail. This language that I'm using excites me to fail. So change the language that you use around failure. Stop using words like scary or daunting or anything like that and change it to something more positive, because the language we use is the experience we have. Failure, like problems, strengthen us. A tree with no wind against it would not allow its roots to strengthen, so it'd more likely fall over. Failures strengthen us in so many different ways. I'm sorry to say this, and I'm sorry if you don't want to hear this, but failure is here. Failure is around the corner, and failure is here to stay. It's not going away. Every next level of yourself will require a different level of you, the next level of you. And with that next level, there's more failures to be made. You're never going to stop failing. Failure's always there. So we might as well embrace it in a more positive way, in a better way that's going to progress us and move us forwards towards where we want to go, towards our dreams and our goals. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have got value, let me know by hitting that like button, putting a comment in the comments and subscribing. This community of limitless lifers is on the way to 1,000 subscribers. Let's get there together. Let's grow together. Let's learn together. Let's fail together and everything like that. I can't wait to see you next week, where we will be discussing fearless mindset. I will see you there. Thank you very much.